Do you ever wonder what separates a high school varsity goalie from those who make it to junior?
Mueller on Price. Peter Mueller in. Stopped by Price.
It isn't just their natural ability and talent, it's their habits. And today, I'm going to share with you 3 game-changing habits that can help you make that leap. Stick around to the end because I'm going to go through a step-by-step plan, how you can come up with a customized or individualized plan for you. And if you need my help, I'll even help you out with it. And stick around to the end because what we're going to do is walk through the steps to come up with a customized plan for you. And if you get a little bit stuck or you want me to review your plan, I'll show you how to do that. The first habit is being consistent. And I'm not talking about consistency on the ice. That's obviously a key element. And that's part of the reason we need to develop consistency as a habit in our daily routine, because it's our actions away from the rink that make us successful on the rink. So the goalies that make the leap, they consistently do their pre-skate warm-up off ice, whether it's a game or a practice. A lot of you might have a warm-up you do before a game because, oh, that's really, important. But the ones that are exceptional, they do that warm-up before practice as well. Same goes with your post-skate routine, resetting your body, helping your muscles relax, and bringing your nervous system back down to a resting state so that you're ready to go and you're maximizing your recovery for the next. Drinking water, having a consistent bedtime. All those little habits consistently executed lead to greater success on the ice. Habit number 2. Habit number 2 is controlling what you can control. There are going to be bad bounces. The puck is going to go off the butt of your defenseman and into the net. There are going to be defensive breakdowns, 2-on-0s. All those things are going to happen and you can't control that. All you can control is how you react to that, how you prepare, and how you act. So have a plan. Think about this ahead of time. How are you going to, for example, if there is a breakdown or a defenseman really does blow it and you get scored on as a result, how are you going to help that defenseman do a better job? So just giving him the death stare, which is my favorite, seriously, isn't going to help him or her do a better job. It's going to, if anything, make them more nervous, and then they're going to play a little tighter, and then they're more likely to make a mistake. So how are you going to, number 1, manage your own thoughts and emotions? What are you going to focus on instead of thinking about, oh my gosh, that, my team sucks so bad, I hate it. What are you going to focus on? And then how are you going to help your teammates do a better job? And also recognize when you just have to say, okay, well, that has nothing to do with me. I just need to park that and move on. And the third habit is moving big rocks first. If I had a garbage pail and I said, we need to fill this up with rocks, and we were, at the river and there were big rocks and teeny little pebbles, and he said, hey, as soon as we fill this garbage bucket up with rocks, we get to go have ice cream. Well, we wouldn't be grabbing the little teeny pebbles and putting them in, we'd be grabbing the big rocks and get that thing full as fast as we can. And then if we had to, we'd fill in with the little teeny rocks. And that's a habit that the top goalies have. On the ice, great goalies, watch them in the NHL. They're exceptional at the basics. I've been at camps with quite a few NHL goalies, and even the goalies who are in the NHL, but the guys who are like all-star status versus the guys who are kind of struggling to stay there. When I see the coaches run them through some skating drills, those top guys can execute beautiful skating, whereas the lower tier guys are a little bit shaky. So that's one thing. Working on your skating, working on your basics, not getting lost in the weeds. In terms of your off-ice preparation, the same thing goes. I get so many emails from people asking about, oh, what about this little gadget for releasing my hip flexors? What kind of massage gun? How long should I go in the cold tub? Those things are all great, but they're little rocks. And so often I'll ask you guys, well, what are you currently doing for your off-ice mobility? Oh, I do some stretches. So you're not doing specific mobility to help you on the ice. Do you have the strength? Goalies want to be faster. Well, can you move? Can you stabilize? And do you have the strength to generate that power? We look at those big rocks. And until we've kind of got our bucket pretty much filled up with those, we don't need to go looking at the small rocks or even worse, the pebbles. Physical preparation, nutrition, sleep, those are your big rocks before you start worrying about massage guns and cold tubs. So those are the 3 habits that separate just a good varsity high school goalie from a junior goalie or a goalie that goes on to play college hockey. Let's go upstairs, and what I'm going to do is we're going to break down, hey, what can you do in each of these categories? How many of them should you do? Should you try to change all of them at once? Let's come up with a custom plan for you. And if you want my feedback on that, maybe make a few tweaks or just say, yeah, this looks amazing, I'll show you exactly how to do that too. Here's how we're going to create your custom plan. So these are the 3 habits: consistency, control, and big rocks. And we're not going to try to do everything all at once. We're going to make some kind of small but significant changes. The question you're going to ask yourself is, what's the smallest change I can make that's going to have the biggest impact? What's the low-hanging fruit here? So it's probably going to be consistency, and maybe consistency tied to a big rock. Set yourself up for success here. We're not going to, So it could be maybe you have the butterfly challenge mobility program that I've given you, but you haven't been consistently doing that. It's like, okay, well, I'm going to start consistently doing that because that's how you're going to see great results. And it ties in with our big rock. If you can't move, you can't stop the puck. So we're going to consistently work on our physical preparation. Or maybe it's just drinking more water. Hey, I only drink like a glass of water a day. I'm going to try to up that to 4 glasses of water a day. Don't make it like go from 1 to 8, but just I'm going to drink. And also don't make it just like I'm going to drink more water. Have a goal. Okay, right now I drink a water bottle. I'm going to try to drink 2 water bottles a day consistently, and decide what that means for you. So I'm working on a consistent habit of learning and writing every single day. Well, that's adding something new to my schedule that's already really, really full. So I've made it that, hey, I'm going to do that for X amount of time, 5 days of the week. And then it gives me a little bit of wiggle room, but that's a good consistency. Don't say once a week, but anywhere from 4 to 7 days a week. Maybe it's upping your protein. So these are a few examples. So that could be one for you. Maybe you have trouble like controlling your emotions or getting into a really negative mindset. You might want to focus on the control habit. So that'll be, okay, well, I want to control what I'm improving, how I'm getting better on the ice. So that might be a skill focus. And then it means you're going to actively think of, how am I getting scored on? How can I improve that? Working with your goalie coach, if you have one, to come up with a plan to address that issue and going in with a specific purpose, or even going into practice. Okay, when I go in my butterfly, this is what I do. When I go in my butterfly, I lift up my stick and people score 5-hole. I don't know why I do it, but I do. So that's going to be my focus when I go and do my practice session on Fridays. Maybe it's your self-talk. So you get on the ice and if it's a 2-on-0 or you just you blow it and you let in a bad goal. What do you tell yourself? Do you just get spiraling? Oh, that's stupid. Why did I do that? Okay, well, maybe you're going to have a couple of mantras that you're going to take with you onto the ice. So one of mine is always find the puck, and then another one is often stick on puck, so that I'm not allowed to wallow in what went wrong. I'm focusing on the things I need to do so that doesn't happen again, ideally. Or maybe it's team talk. So if you know that your one D-man is kind of slow or has trouble, gets flustered when they're going back to get the puck behind the goal, then communicate with them. Hey, you got one man on, or you got lots of time, or see Steve, or see Stacy up the boards, or whatever. Help them, but think of scenarios, or even just, hey, you know what, today I'm going to really look for something that Jackie does great in practice, and I'm going to pump her tires after practice and just be like, Jackie, I thought today you were doing a fantastic job of this. Because what happens when someone tells us we're doing a great job? We kind of want to keep doing that. So pick one of those maybe. And then the last is the big rocks. So these are the 3 big rocks: physical preparation, nutrition, and sleep. I honestly don't think athletes should really be thinking about supplements and things like that. I mean, I'm being a little extreme, but until you've hit the 3 big rocks. So are you doing your mobility, your strength, your speed, your stamina work to support what you need to do on the ice? If not, again, maybe we're not going to do all of them. Maybe you're just going to start with mobility. Maybe you're going to go check out the Varsity Goalie Academy in-season program, which shows you how to incorporate those things even during the busy season. Or if it's your off-season, obviously there's an off-season version too that's going to be different, but physical preparation or nutrition. And it doesn't mean going on a strict eating regimen. Maybe for breakfast, you just have a piece of toast and orange juice. You're not getting any protein. So it's like, hey, I'm going to try to include protein with every single meal. Or maybe you're skipping breakfast altogether. It's like, I'm going to get up 10 minutes early. I'm going to make an egg in the microwave. If you want to, don't just put an egg in the shell in the microwave. It'll be a disaster. But if you want me to show you how to make an egg in the microwave in 90 seconds, drop a comment and I'll show you exactly how to do it. But just pick a habit, or it could be your water habit or your protein habit. And then sleep. I know the young people have trouble getting to bed at a regular time all the time. I was young once myself. But let's pick sort of your weeknight, your school nights. This is when you're getting into bed, unless obviously you have a hockey game or a late practice or something like that. But as a rule, this is your bedtime. And then give yourself, one night a week that if you want to go out with friends or whatever, you're going to stay up a little bit later. But get working on that sleep hygiene. Try to make it a regular cycle. Our body likes cyclical things, so it kind of thinks, oh, okay, it's bedtime. If you normally go to bed at 11, and then sometimes you go to bed at midnight, and then at 10, and at 1, and your body can't really get into a rhythm of when it sort of regenerates and refuels. So try to have that, okay, I go to bed between 10:30 and 11:30, or 10 and 10:30 on a regular basis, and try to get that habit going. Again, jot out your plan. If you want me to review it for you, or maybe if you're stuck or you want me to give you a little bit of feedback, you can drop it in the comments below and I'll look at every single one of them. If you're a little shy and you want to keep it private, you can DM it to me on Instagram. I am at Goalie Training, and I'll give you my 2 cents on it. Until next time. I love you guys. I will catch you next week. Same bat time, same bat channel.